Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cities from My Mind. We're continuing to grow and shape Romsey, one neighborhood at a time. In the last episode, we reached a major milestone. We built the city's first commuter rail line and completed its first sunken station. With that new connection in place, it's time to turn our attention to the land around it. Today, we're building a brand new neighborhood called Victoria Heights. The name comes from the Victorian-inspired architecture that will define this part of the city. I want this district to feel older, established, and full of character, with historic homes, detailed streets, plenty of greenery, and all those little imperfections that make a neighborhood feel genuinely lived in. As always, we'll build it step by step and see where the ideas take us along the way. So, get comfortable. Settle in on the couch and grab a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever you enjoy. We have a completely new corner of Romsey to bring to life today, and I think this one is going to be something special. All right, everyone, let's get started. All right, friends, let's get into it and start building our next neighborhood. At the moment, the main feature we have to work with is the train station, which I've already renamed Victoria Station to match the new district. That gives us a perfect starting point for everything we're about to build around it. We're not jumping into the Victorian homes just yet, because this section needs some attention first. I mentioned it in the last episode, but at the time, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to place here. After taking another look, I realized that a small row of houses could actually work really well in this space and make the area much more interesting. For this part of the build, I'll mostly be using buildings from the Northeast Pack as usual. I also want to give a quick shout out to Puppy One, who showed me how to customize the destination signs on the trains. I honestly had no idea how to make it work, so thank you so much for taking the time to explain it and point me in the right direction. I really appreciate your help. And I want to thank all of you as well for continuing to show up in the comments and support the channel. Your messages are always so thoughtful, encouraging, and genuinely kind, and they motivate me more than you probably realize. I read every comment and do my best to reply to each one. I'm incredibly grateful to have this community around me, so thank you for being here. While I was talking with you guys, we actually managed to finish our first full city block. And honestly, I think it turned out pretty nice. For the back road, I'm going for a much rougher, more neglected look, almost as if it hasn't seen regular traffic or proper maintenance in years. This little corner feels perfect for a small public plaza. I'm thinking of using a statue as the focal point, with a few benches around it where people can sit, relax, and take a break. If you'd like to support me and the channel, the easiest way is to leave a like and subscribe. I'll keep doing my best to make every episode more interesting and each new video better than the last. And if the hype feature is available in your YouTube mobile app, I'd really appreciate you hyping the video as well. It helps the video reach more people and gives our channel a better chance to grow. I definitely like how this turned out. Everything feels worn and a little rough around the edges, but at the same time, it still feels warm, active, and genuinely lived in. This spot feels perfect for a small private parking lot. I'll enclose it with a metal fence and add a gated entrance, making it feel separate from the street and a little more secure. As usual, I detailed the area using a mix of decals and individual props. Everything you see here can be found through the search menu, including the parked cars, so you can choose whichever models best fit the style of your own neighborhood. A few more small details should help tie the whole scene together and make it feel complete. With this side finished, we can finally move on to the Victorian side of the neighborhood. Or maybe I should call it the otherworldly side. Actually, the otherworldly district has a strangely nice ring to it. You know what? Let's go with that. As we expand farther in this direction, I want the road to keep climbing higher and higher along the hillside. Eventually, it'll follow the natural contours of the terrain, crest the ridge, and then descend on the other side. That should give this part of the city a much more dramatic and interesting layout. The streets will follow a tiered layout, almost like a series of terraces climbing the hillside. We'll have a first level, a second, and then a third, with buildings placed along each one. This is where we can finally start using the Victorian buildings from the Victorian pack. I'm genuinely grateful to the creator who made these assets. They're beautifully detailed, distinctive, and absolutely full of character. Every building feels like it carries its own little piece of history, which is exactly the atmosphere I want for this neighborhood. As always, I'm using a mix of decals and surface details to make the roads look dirtier, cracked, weathered, and worn with age. Since this neighborhood sits on a hillside, rainwater would naturally flow downhill, carrying dirt with it and gradually damaging the pavement. Adding those stains, cracks, and signs of erosion makes the streets feel as though they've been exposed to years of weather instead of being freshly built. To soften the streetscape and bring a little more life into the neighborhood, I'm adding a few trees throughout the area. On this side of the neighborhood, I want to start blending the Victorian buildings with some of the more traditional assets from the Northeast Pack. Mixing the two architectural styles should create a more natural transition and keep the district from feeling too uniform. This section will also include a few commercial spaces, along with a small parking lot to serve the local businesses and their customers. The hill will eventually be framed by two main arterial roads. One will climb along this side, while the other will continue around the opposite side. Both will be 4-lane roads with 2 lanes running in each direction, giving us strong connections on both sides of the hill. Here I'm using my usual corner building technique, combining several separate assets so they read as one continuous structure. It's a simple trick, but it makes the corner feel much more intentional and realistic. The neighborhood is already starting to come together, and I really like the way it looks. The sunken rail corridor, combined with roads descending through the hillside between these concrete retaining walls, gives the entire area a much more layered and urban feel. For this corner, I want to switch back to some of the vanilla buildings and introduce something a little taller and more modern. That contrast should create a natural transition from the older Victorian blocks into a denser, more contemporary part of the neighborhood. Well, this corner is definitely putting up a fight, but it's nothing we can't handle, right? And please keep sharing your ideas, advice, and observations in the comments. I read every single one, learn from your feedback, and use it to adjust, improve, or sometimes completely rebuild parts of the city. Your suggestions genuinely influence the way Romsey continues to grow. I truly appreciate every comment you leave, and I always do my best to respond to everyone. From this point, I want to keep extending the road and let it gradually climb higher along the hillside. As it rises, it'll lead us naturally into the next tier of the neighborhood. By the way, I'd really love to hear your ideas for the hill itself. What do you think we should build as the neighborhood reaches the top? Maybe a landmark, an observation point, a historic building, a park, or even a monument overlooking the city. Leave your suggestions in the comments, and if one idea really stands out, I might choose it and turn the top of the hill into a viewer-inspired project that we can design and build together. In the meantime, let's keep building. This is already becoming the second tier of the neighborhood, the second street climbing the hillside. For this section, I'm going with a distinctly American look, using mostly buildings from the Northeast Pack to create one cohesive block. I also want to branch off a small side street right here. I really like how this layout is starting to develop. Instead of one simple road, we're creating an interconnected network of narrow streets, weaving their way across the hillside. It should make the neighborhood feel much more organic and interesting. Of course, we can't forget that this is Victoria Heights, our Victorian district. So for this second street, I want to fully embrace that identity and line it entirely with Victorian buildings. These assets are far too beautiful to hide away. Up here on the hillside, they can stand proudly above the surrounding neighborhoods and become a distinctive part of Romsey's skyline. Let's lay out the next street one level higher. Each new street will continue stepping up the hillside, creating the terraced layout we planned. As we move upward, we can decide together what kinds of buildings and spaces should belong on each level. At this point, I'm adding one final layer of weathering throughout the neighborhood to remove any remaining freshly built look. After that, it's simply a matter of placing a few finishing touches and bringing the entire scene together. All right, my friends. It's been a while since we've had a challenge, so I think it's finally time for another one. The first person to leave a comment under this video will have a street in Romsey named after them in the next episode. Good luck! And yes, speed definitely matters this time. That wraps up today's build. We created a Victorian-inspired neighborhood, added a small private parking lot, completed several new blocks, and began shaping the terraced roads that will continue climbing the hill. Before we finish, I want to thank the subscriber who suggested opening each episode with a daytime cinematic tour and ending with a nighttime one. I really love the idea, so stay with me and enjoy Romsey after dark. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next build. If the hype button is available in your YouTube mobile app, you can hype the video too. It's a great way to help more people discover the channel. And if you'd like to support my work, you can buy me a coffee through the link in the pinned comment. Thank you for watching and for continuing to build Romsey with me. Enjoy the nighttime tour, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.